Hello guys, welcome to Zimaleta how-to show. I'm starting to make live videos, and I'm here to kind of like test out, is this actually gonna work? Because last time I tried to do like a live video, which was like sometime last year, it didn't turn out so well. It was really choppy and everything like that. So if this turns out to be pretty good, I'm gonna continue actually making those type of videos. So for some of you guys that's been watching my channel, you obviously understand that I deal with sprinters and expediting, and I've been helping a lot of you guys in, with your problems and stuff on your sprinter. I'm actually doing this straight from my iPhone, so I'm not sure if there's like any text on here. I'm seeing a lot of you guys are starting to come in here and watch this. I'm not really seeing chat. So I'm not really sure how to do this now from an iPhone. Okay. But anyways, guys, I wanted to kind of begin by saying something about the 2007 sprinters. Through 2009, I've been meaning to kind of like make this video for a while. I really haven't got the chance, but I kind of figured, since you guys are having those issues and stuff with 2007 sprinters, might as well kind of like touch on this type of topic and make it in live video. I would really like to make live videos a little bit more regular. So thank you guys for joining. I cannot really see who's joining me or whatnot because it's from an iPhone screen. I'm gonna try to figure this out over time. But anyways, what I wanted to kind of tell you guys for a long time, and this could really save you guys a lot of headache because I actually went through it myself. Back in 2007, I actually purchased a 2007 Mercedes Sprinter van. Back then they were called Dodge Sprinters, and at 40,000 miles, my check engine light started coming on, and it would barely pull uphill. It was really terrible. And I would take it to the dealer, and the dealer would just not be able to really help me. Obviously, it was still under warranty, and they really didn't want to take the trouble to try to fix something that they could later on charge me $3,800 just for the part for. It's kind of funny I'm saying part 4, but anyways, that part that actually was causing the problem cost $3,800, and the cool thing about it is you could just get rid of it and you don't have to spend $3,800 on that type of sprinter. You could just put a straight pipe. I would not recommend busting it out like like some people I heard that would do. Just buy yourself like a $10 or $13 pipe and install it in the place of the particulate filter. The particulate filter is actually located at the bottom of your sprinter. It's basically like this big round thing. It kind of looks like a catalytic converter, but it's a lot bigger in size. And the purpose of that particulate filter is to basically trap all the smog and stuff that your sprinter is generating. And as it's doing it, its job, once a lot of stuff accumulates, this is why it's called particulate filter, I guess all the particulates and stuff, it will send 1 gallon of diesel inside through these little pipes and stuff, and it will set it on fire. There's actually kind of funny, like when you remove it, you could sort of see that little lighter back there that actually it sets it on fire. But that's kind of called like regeneration mode. Like it basically is supposed to kick in automatically to regenerate, and if it doesn't kick in, then of course that stuff will just keep accumulating and stuff like that. But there has been a lot of issues with that stuff, so it doesn't necessarily help you when you're actually driving for it to regenerate. I'm not sure why it is, because I guess it was a brand new technology at the time, and they just put it out there, and you get some problems out of it. So anyways, I was having so many issues with that, and at the time I didn't know nothing about sprinters, guys, and I wish somebody would have told me. But even the YouTube, you can find anything on YouTube for that. So it was kind of like good luck, like none of the shops knew what they were talking about. I would take it to the shop, and I would just talk to the mechanics and stuff. Nobody knew nothing. And I'm pretty sure you'll find out that even now, a lot of shops, they really don't understand kind of like what's going on with it, that kind of thing. So anyways, when my when my warranty expired at a little bit over 100,000 miles, I took it to the same dealer where I bought it from, and this time they took my Sprinter in and they started kind of like looking around and stuff. They had a pretty good Sprinter technician back there, so he looked at it. He's like, yeah, I know what's going on. And I'm like, really? Because nobody's able to tell me kind of like what's going on. So he's like, yeah, it's your particulate filter. The regeneration mode is not kicking in, so it's just, you know, got a lot of soot and stuff in there, you know, that kind of thing. So the bad thing about it, guys, with that problem, not only that your check engine light is on and it's kind of hard to pass inspection, but also it barely accelerates even in a straight line, and it gets much worse if you're driving through the mountains. You know, it's just really terrible. So anyways, he started trying to like cause it to regenerate and stuff, and he said it's just not working, and you know, and I told him, like, well, what could be done? He's like, you just need to replace the particulate filter. And I'm like, okay, so no problem. So how much is it? He's like, well, it's $3,800. And I'm thinking, wow, that's for the service and everything. And he said basically, yeah. And because of that, I guess let me see here, my connection's kind of bad. So anyways, because it costs like $3,800 plus there's like labor on top of it, you know, I really didn't feel like spending that kind of money. So I decided to just ask him some questions, and I'm like, look, you know, me and you were about the same age and stuff, so can you just tell me, could I just remove this particular filter out of here and just, you know, replace it with like a straight pipe or something? He's like, man, I wish you could, but you really can't, because it's just not gonna, it's gonna cost you van to, he says, like flubber and just really not work right and misfire and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, man, that kind of sucks, because you know, I was really hoping to hear something better, and I didn't know any better myself. I thought maybe it will cause that. So he says, well, let me try something. I'm gonna try to like cause it to regenerate, and he keep trying it, keep going back and forth, and he really still made it to kind of like regenerate, and it was sitting there trying to burn that stuff off, and it helped for about a week. Because I left the shop, I started driving, and he didn't charge me nothing for the regeneration and stuff. So I started driving, and then it got bad to the point, guys, when I'm like at the light and I'm about to take off, I'm just barely accelerating, guys. I'm like really messing up the people like in the back of me, like, you know, people would be like honking and stuff. I'm thinking, man, this is horrible. I just really can't do nothing about it. So I took it home, and I'm thinking, well, I can't lose, you know, I gotta try this. So I went at the bottom of the Sprinter van, and it's just only a couple clamps holding that piece down. So I took the piece down, and I completely removed it, disconnect everything, and I started it up. It's not misfiring or nothing. It was working out completely fine. So then I started driving the Sprinter van, and man, it took off like a rocket, guys. I mean, that sounded like a brand new Mustang, you know, like because that thing was off, and obviously the exhaust was not connected, so it was a lot more louder, and it was like vroom vroom, you know, just man, just going fast and stuff, like accelerating. Like I'm thinking, wow, you know, I didn't have the kind of performance when I bought it new. So I'm thinking, okay, obviously I could do this. I just let all the sensors hang and stuff, and I just started driving it just like it is. First thing I drove to a parts store where they sold like some metal pipes and stuff. So then I measured the both ends on the pipe, and I cut it off exactly to the same size, and one of the ends is a little bit bigger than the other end, so I needed to kind of like stretch the pipe a little bit. So that's what I did, is actually took it to one of the shops that they could just stretch it and stuff, because it needs to be sort of like round, like a rounded type of shape, you know, to fit the it's a round type of clamp. So yeah, I took it to this shop. They did it for me, no problem. I gave them like a little tip, and yeah, like it's ever since then I don't have any problem. It took me like 5 minutes to install it. I did it right in the parking lot, and before you know it, guys, I was able to just, you know, continue like driving and stuff. So that's actually something I wanted to kind of get out and give you guys some value, in case not a lot of people's gonna watch this live stream, because it is kind of dark, but at least I'll be able to see what kind of quality this is, and in case it does work, you guys have some value to where, you know, you could do that with your 2007 through 2009 Sprinter. You know, speaking about other models, it's a little bit different, and there's other things that they did to really mess them up, like adding like DEF type of fluid. That's something, another video I want to talk about. But I wish there was like a chat section where I could actually see if anybody's typing anything, you know, But okay, actually I'm seeing some chat. Okay, now it's like it appeared on my screen. So okay, it kind of like it came in and it kind of disappeared. What's up, Resurrecto? Nice to see you. I don't know if you're still here, but it's nice of you to join my live stream to try to catch it. That's pretty cool. Speaking of swirl valves, those things I actually do want to actually make a video on. I've removed from another van, 2012 model. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. Yeah, thanks for watching GSX. The chat kind of comes in and it sort of like disappears. So let me kind of like try to talk about the swirl valves just a little bit. I don't know too much about them, but I've heard those things will just stuff up, and it's actually part of the manifold system. Last time, like last year when I removed the head, there was a manifold like that was right on and stuff, and I've removed that as well. So I actually wanted to make a video on that, and I keep forgetting to do that when I'm home, because I wanted to actually show you guys those swirl valves so you could see it for yourself, and to try to explain a little bit better if it's going to be easy, you know, like to remove it and to possibly clean it. Because man, and I'm really sorry, like the connection was great, and I don't understand what's going on. The connection seems like it's just not that great right now, but I'll make a video on those swirl valves. Speaking of the 2012 Sprinters, it's a little bit more tricky now, because that pipe, that particulate filter, they sort of like, I don't know, like welded it on there. I really didn't see any clamps unless they put them like further down, and you just have to remove the whole pipe. So they made it a little bit more difficult to try to replace that piece. But what I would do is just cut it off. Thank you, man. Yeah, I will actually make a video on that, Resurrector, man. You know, it's awesome that the chat's working. I'm excited. At least I know kind of like what to expect. Speaking of live streams, I may actually set up a time to maybe like every Sunday or whatever, or every Saturday. You know, give me like a suggestion. When should I do it? I'm sorry, I didn't understand the last question. Something about the manifold, adding a little bit of oil. It's kind of nice that you guys actually, I see like there's about like 7 people. We have about 5 likes here. I think this is a successful live stream for me, because I didn't think anybody's gonna come and actually watch, especially some of my subscribers, which is actually also really nice to see, because I would actually like to be able to talk to you guys and answer some of your questions like right away, you know, and hold maybe like this like once a week or something. Right now, it is possible for me to do that because I have Verizon now instead of Sprint. Like with Sprint, it was really impossible, guys. You might have noticed I'm posting videos a little bit more often now. I'm not sure if they're great or not, but I'm posting them. And one of the things that's allowing me to do that is because I'm actually having a pretty good connection most of the time, and I could just post it straight from my iPhone, which really makes it a lot easier for me, guys. This is why, like, that one day I just posted like 5 videos. I was just like testing it out. I might not try to post like 5 videos at the same time, because I really don't want to overwhelm you guys with all my videos. But those videos, you might notice they were short. I kind of chose and picked like the shortest clip possible, just to try to see how fast it will upload. And the good thing, guys, right now, for a video that's about 15 minutes long, it's taking me about between 8 and 10 minutes to upload. But before, guys, it was crazy. Like all these videos that you see on my YouTube channel, man, it would take me all night to upload. I literally have to start it up at 12 o'clock at midnight before I go to sleep or something. What's up there? How you doing, Ice Blue? Nice to see you. I don't recognize that name. You must be new. Consider subscribing. You know, I would like to have an interesting channel that, you know, really helps you guys and stuff. I just kind of got off track. It's kind of exciting, you know, like that I get a chance to actually talk to you guys and stuff, because when I started this channel, I didn't think it was gonna go anywhere, and there's so much information here about sprinters, guys, that I would like to share that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I guess I haven't been looking through the list of subscribers. I used to be kind of like obsessed, and I would see who subscribed and who didn't. And it's kind of funny. I would tell some of my friends to subscribe, and I would kind of get a little bit disappointed that they don't, and then they started subscribing and stuff. So that was like pretty good. But I'm kind of glad that I'm able to help you guys out, because I really do like helping you guys out and answer questions and stuff. Because a while ago, like before my YouTube channel, I would just be sitting like at truck stops, and we're not having any loads. We'll just be talking and stuff. Well, thank you for that. That is awesome. I appreciate it. I'm surprised that I'm the only one, and also, like, surprisingly enough, in 2007 it was like nothing. Like nobody was telling me like nothing about the sprinters. And I actually heard from like one of the shops. He's like, "Hey, why are you giving away these secrets? I could easily make $3,800 from somebody like this transmission job." And you know, I'm kind of thinking, why not just, you know, give this away? Because look, first of all, not everybody's going to want to do it themselves, but at least you're going to know what's wrong, and you're not going to be overcharged the shop. If you only need to replace like a conductor plate on your transmission, why being lied to and saying, hey, you need a speed sensor, a conductor plate, a valve body, and a torque converter, when you could just replace that $150 part, and that's it. And you know, speaking of that, guys, back in like, I don't know, like 2011 or something, I had a transmission breakdown, guys, and I was told $3,500 for me to get my transmission repaired, when it was just that conductor plate. And I didn't know nothing about transmissions at the time, and I figured, look, I'm gonna like research all night, and I read everything I could find on the transmission. That's how I found out there. Basically, it's considered like a neg 1 transmission, 5-speed electronic hydraulic transmission. So I read everything about it, all the problems, and the thing about it is, when there is so much information out there, you know, about like all these transmissions, everybody has their own idea. So I read everybody, and then I have to like make sense out of it all, because not everybody actually understands it correctly. So they might be like completely like off topic and stuff. But when I actually did that research and I went to the transmission shop, everything that they told me, all I did is just smile to them, and I'm like, oh, I don't have $3,500 to try to replace it, so can you just reset the codes? And they're like, yeah, we could do that. And they reset. I just go home, you know. I might do a video on that. I'm not sure if I ever did, and explain like everything about it, because that was a headache for me, guys. So I wish there was somebody that would explain it to me, like I'm explaining it to you guys. And the problem was that I couldn't really get the content out to you guys fast enough. Like I would record all these videos. I still have a lot of videos that I really haven't posted because of my internet connection. And so it's like at home I have a horrible one where I cannot even buy a better one. Well, now I think I'm able to, but it's limited. Like I think I'm limited like 5 or 10 gigs a month or something, which by loading videos, you know, you could go through it like in a week, so it's not gonna be good for me. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna try to live stream, because I'm really not sure what kind of quality we're getting, so that I could actually go over it myself and check it out. Go to Comcast. I don't have Comcast. That's the problem. Well, actually, wait a minute. Comcast. Actually, that's who I use. I use Comcast. But the problem is, Comcast, they only offer DSL, and they offer me the lowest DSL speed, because even at the highest, they cannot provide me the highest speeds, because I live in a rural area, kind of, not really, and Xfinity is not available. I think Xfinity, would have been great, but I used to live in Charlotte, where, oh yeah, check the DSL out. Yeah, I wish. I don't like the DSL, but the problem is, guys, 3 houses for me, the fastest internet speeds, they stop. That's it. No, actually haven't leveled out my dirt yet, because here's the thing. For me to level out the dirt, I need to like, I mean, I don't want to do it with a shovel. That's just gonna take me all day, and I'm gonna feel like I'm like back in those days. I'm gonna actually rent a bobcat to do it, and I'm gonna need more dirt along with that dirt. And here's the problem with that, guys. I don't want to have to like rent it, straighten it out, and then order more and then start straightening it out. I just sort of like want to set up to where I'm gonna rent the bobcat, I'm gonna have it there, we might like pick it up at night or something. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I just don't have any 2012 sprinters, so if you have like a specific question, like I'm not sure if these comments will post, but If you want to like later on go like and write me like a bunch of comments under like my live stream, I'm gonna read all this videos that you would like me to make, because most likely I could just explain kind of like what the heck is going, because I used to own a 2000 and they're pretty much you know, the same. But speaking of level and dirt and stuff, I'm gonna choose one day to where I'm gonna have like a bunch of trucks come in. Yeah, that might work like with a torch, and just try to handle it all at once. As the loads come in with dirt, I'm just gonna start leveling, because the most important thing for me is I want to level out the front yard first, and then I'm gonna start focusing on the other portion. But I also have some other ideas, guys, because I want to build a shop in the front, and I may end up building one kind of like a little bit, you know, kind of like in a different place, and so I may not need to actually fill that place in with dirt. I might just do like a foundation and just do like a regular type of wood floor with some kind of supports or something. I might do that, and maybe like buy some kind of car lift, or where it's you ever seen those car lifts that's got like a 4 type of legs, and you could just park a car inside, you could raise one and you could park another one underneath. I may buy some kind of car lift like that, like for like regular cars and stuff. Thank you so much, guys. Speaking of my motors logo, I actually redesigned it again. Just it's the same thing. You're not gonna really tell the difference, but this is it's a different file format now. It's a vector file, and I'm actually having a company in China. They're actually gonna produce me the Zimaleta logos and the keychains and stuff. And I'm gonna order like about like 250 keychains and 250 logos and stuff. And I might like put them up for sale or something on my like I'm gonna change the Zimaleta.com to be sort of like my channel store. So if anybody wants to buy something, they can. I'm not gonna like ask you guys to try to like you know, buy like my merch and stuff. But I see a lot of YouTubers that's what they're doing, is they're having some kind of shirts from their, you know, like for instance, like I could have like that big logo like on a t-shirt or something. So if you feel like you want to support like my channel, you could just buy that, and it's going to support my channel. But I'm not gonna have like ridiculous price like I see like some channels. Just something reasonable to where it still pays for the shirt, gives me something extra to start putting in. Because the thing about it is, guys, I'm just like you. I still have to work, and you know, because I do have bills, you know, and some of you guys may know I do have the house. Everything's paid off, the business property's paid off, but all this is still costing me a lot of money. Oh, that Sprinter, that's not starting. What happened to it? Well, that Sprinter, I need to dive in a little bit further like into it, because that's why I disassembled the whole front end. So if you just watch this video that I just posted before this, which this is kind of like maybe bad timing, having the live stream and that video, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's why I disassembled the whole front end, so next time I could get prepared and we could start really going at it. Like I could immediately replace the high pressure fuel pump, or start replacing the fuel injectors, or you know, testing out like why is it not starting. But before starting that, guys, I need to actually order my tool. I keep forgetting to do it, the compression test. I would like that, and also if the compression test is fine and everything, and you know, we cannot get it started, I really think, guys, this might be the main bearings at the bottom of the engine that's located right in the block of the engine. And the reason I think that, because the rotation is really slow, like and it's a strong battery, guys. The wires, the electrical wires, guys, this is smoking when I'm turning the engine, because it's pushing all the electricity in to try to rotate the engine, and it's rotating really slowly. So possibly it is due to one of the bearings possibly slipped at the bottom, and it's preventing the crankshaft from really turning that good. This actually happened on my parts printer, something I didn't realize right away, but the parts printer had that same issue. Where I actually got it started, guys. I got it started, it ran for about a minute and it died. I think I may have a video on that. I probably actually posted one of those videos, I can't remember. It would have been one of the videos last year, and it just basically started working and stuff, and I just revved it just a tiny bit because it wanted to kind of quit, and that was due to that main bearing, guys. It's just dying. But this particular Sprinter that's not starting, it's got like 740,000 miles on it, so it's quite a bit. So that's original engine, so I wouldn't be surprised if the main bearing has twisted a bit. So this is probably why the rotation's bad, it cannot get started, and this is probably why it's throwing the crankshaft code as well. But of course, the crankshaft code will be thrown out immediately, even if you churn it for like a long time, which I do. So it's gonna throw a code as well. But that's something, I guess, to note, that immediately the crankshaft code started popping up when they had it tested, even before I got it. It's just a lot of shops, they really don't think what they're doing. They couldn't really say what's wrong with this. But the reason I want to do a compression test, guys, because that shop that it was in, they charged like $550, guys, that I paid out of my pocket, which, because I already bought the Sprinter from my friend, and I actually had to pay out of pocket $550 because they pretend they did a compression test. Thank you so much, guys. Can you maybe tell me what's the good time for me to do the live videos? Maybe like sometimes Saturday or Sunday during the day where it's more light. Привет, русские, кто смотрит. Я не смогу так это все быстро на русском прочитать, потому что я на английском быстрее влавлю, но я проверю потом это комментарию. Приятно, что вы здесь на моем канале. Yeah, guys, I'm back with my English. I live in America like more than I lived in Russia, but I understand Russian pretty good because I speak Russian to my wife and my kids and stuff. But I would like to narrate a little bit in Russian, except then I would have to create double amount of videos, and I just don't know like how that's gonna work out. I may try to put them together somehow, like maybe like English and Russian all at the same time. I don't know, but that might really create like some confusion. I may try it on one of the videos and see how that's gonna work out, you know, because I know there's a lot of Russians watching me, and there's a lot of, you know, English speaking population across the whole world, which is really surprising how many countries out there that actually speak English, and it's kind of great to have that reach. But anyways, guys, if you notice my logo, I have the sun and I have the flake, the snowflake. It's due to, because Zimaleta means actually winter, summer. So Zima, winter, Leta, summer. Yeah, there's a lot of Russians expediting. I think the main majority of people that actually meet, like a truck stops and stuff that's expediting, the Russians. And that's, guys, what I would used to do sometimes. I would be like at truck stops when I was like explaining to you guys earlier, and I would see somebody having a problem, like the belts would be like all messed up. I'm helping them like unwind all the stuff and replace a belt and stuff like that. They try to offer me money. I'm like, no, I just wanted to help you, you know, that kind of thing. I've seen people that had their turbos disconnected, the 3.0 Sprinters. One guy, he actually became my friend after that. He was at Laredo, and he said, man, my Sprinter just doesn't pull like above 60 and stuff. And I'm like, well, I think your turbo pipe is actually slipped off from the turbo, and you have to remove the filter box to try to actually get to it. So I in the parking lot, and I got to it, and I also noticed whoever did his service last time broke one of his like high pressure, no, not high pressure, like fuel filter like lines, like they broke some of the stuff over there, which is not that important, but still, you know, he had that done like in a service department somewhere. But the pipe was slipped off from the turbo, so I needed to kind of like redo the little thing on it because it was all twisted up, like a little rubber piece that was holding it. So I put it on, and he didn't have a problem with that since. There's a lot of stuff that I know, guys, also like on gasoline engines, because diesels are really interesting vehicles. Not a lot of people understand diesels, but I've been messing with gasoline cars for like a long time. That's why, like, I was thinking about buying and flipping cars, because most likely I'm gonna know what the problem is. It might take me just a little bit of you know, catching up and stuff, because some of these later models I never really mess with them, and a lot of them, you know, if they're gonna have one's gonna have the problem, then they're all gonna have the same problem. But here's something, guys, I'm just gonna throw out there. If you have a car that's got a push start, you know, like a regular type of car, and it's not gonna start on you, you're gonna see like a little green light flashing. Guys, they actually have a fuse that's actually located right behind the dash, and it's kind of hard to really notice it because they really don't write about it. When that fuse goes, that's it. Like, you can't start your car up, and you might be thinking, why is it not starting? Because it's not going to rotate, nothing. You're going to check the battery, starter, like everything, like none of that stuff is going to work for you. But it's that fuse, guys, and man, it's just notorious for pretty much. That's why I want to say, like, pretty much any car that's got a button start, it happens to them. And shops will cost you, charge you like a lot of money for that. And for anybody that owns like Range Rovers out there, that's got the air suspension issues that they want to charge like $5,000 for, that's also a code that you could reset. I would like to actually get into like a lot of that stuff too, like with some of the cars that I'll be buying, because man, you'd be surprised like how much like shops are trying to rip people off for stuff that's so common. You can just reset it and stuff for one reason or another. Oh yeah, and check out this other thing that Mercedes did. Like anything that's made from like, I think like 2005, like we're talking about like regular type of Mercedes. Maybe this is in the Sprinters as well. But let's say for instance like something like a two-door, like a CL or something, Mercedes. Guys, they have a computer programmed ABS thing that actually controls all your ABS brakes, and they program it for so many type of brakings that you do. So the system's not going to be broken, but it's going to tell you that you need to replace it. And that thing's like, I think like $800 to try to replace it. You could just buy like this probably like $30 chip, and you could just reprogram that yourself, and again, problem solved. That code is not gonna be in your Mercedes, but Mercedes will try to rip you off because the service is gonna actually probably cost like 3 times more than the actual part. That's what happened to me. That when I bought the engine, they wanted to charge me 3 times as much for the labor for the actual installation than what the engine is actually by the book was supposed to be. But anyways, guys, I see this turn into a 30-minute video. I'm gonna try to stop myself right here. Please write in the comments below what time would you like me to actually make a live show, because now I'm able to do that actually. It's unfortunate that the connection's not that good right now, but I'm gonna try to choose a location with a better connection. But this is straight off my phone connection, guys, just the LTE that I have on my Verizon phone. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching me. It is so nice for me to actually see you guys here, and God bless you guys. If you have problems, don't hesitate to ask. I always check and I always answer you guys. See you guys later. God bless you. Bye bye. Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna maybe do something like late Sunday. We'll figure the time out. I might make a short video and explaining when I'm gonna actually do it. Because right now it's like 9:26, maybe like 9 o'clock or something, like we did it today on Sunday. So see you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.